Hello students, in today's class we will be taking up the second example of IUPAC nomenclature. Now this is the structure of the compound for which we have to write IUPAC name. Okay. Now what is the first step? The first step is to mark the parent chain. The parent chain is the longest carbon chain. In the previous example that we had taken, it was an alkane which contained carbon-carbon single bond throughout. In this molecule, in this compound, if you happen to see, this contains one carbon-carbon double. In the last class, I told you that while selecting the parent parent chain, you have to please bear this in mind that the carbon atoms of the double bond and the carbon atoms of the triple bond are a part of the parent chain. Okay, so since you have carbon-carbon double bond in your compound, these two carbon atoms should certainly be a part of the longest carbon chain. Is this thing clear? Yes. So which carbon chain will you select as the longest carbon chain? One possibility is I'll write down only the carbon chain here. This is your carbon chain. Okay, this is the carbon skeleton of your compound. Okay, now you can mark this as the carbon chain, which contains how many carbon atoms? 4 carbon atoms. And this chain does not contain carbon atoms of the double bond. Okay, carbon atoms of the double bond. So this cannot be your parent chain. Is it okay? Now what is the next possibility? The next possibility is you can take up this as the longest carbon chain. Is it okay? Yes. Now if you take this as the longest carbon chain, it contains 4 carbon atoms. Also it contains carbon atoms of the double bond. Okay. Let us see if there is any other chain which contains more than 4 carbon atoms. Okay, what if I select this chain? Now this chain contains 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 carbon atoms, and it also contains carbon atoms of the double bond. Okay, so certainly this carbon chain is the longest carbon chain, and also it contains the active part of the compound, that is the double bond. Remember, double bond and triple bond are also active parts of the compound, but they are not called as functional groups, but they are the reactive parts. So they should be present in the parent carbon chain. Okay, so in my parent chain, in my original compound, I mark this as the parent chain. So this is it. It contains 5 carbon atoms. Now since it contains 5 carbon atoms in the parent chain, therefore the root word, what will be your root word? The root word will be pent. What will be the root word? The root word will be pent. Okay. Now going to the next part, that is the numbering part. Putting up the locant, the numbering part. Okay. Now the parent carbon chain is like a snake. It will have a head and a tail. Okay, consider any end as the head and the other end as the tail. You can number the carbon chain either starting from the head or from the tail. You cannot start from between. Okay, so I can start either from here or from here. Now while numbering, you should bear this in mind that the numbering will start from that end which is closest to the branch. Numbering should start from that end which is closest to the branch and also closest from the active group. So numbering should be closest from the branch. Before the branch, we will focus on the active group and the branch. So active group is always preferred over branch. Okay, so if you number from this end, 1, 2. You have to number the carbon atoms of the chain only, yeah? Not this carbon atom. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. From this end, the branch containing carbon atom. This is your branch. We have learned in the last class. This is called as the branch of the substituent. Okay. The branch containing carbon atom gets number 3. And the double bond starts. You have to look out for the carbon atom at which the double bond is starting. The double bond is starting at the 4th carbon atom. It is ending at the 5th carbon atom. So the double bond is starting at 4th carbon atom. Is it okay? So doubly bonded carbon atom gets number 4 and the branch containing carbon gets number 3. Okay. Now let us try from the other end, from this end. So we are going in the clockwise direction now. So I will start from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now if you number from this end, the doubly bonded carbon atom starts at number 1 and the branch is still present on number 3 carbon atom. So the position of the branch is not changed here. What is changed is the position, is the location of the double bond. So from this end, the active group, that is the doubly bonded carbon atoms, get the lowest possible number. So we will prefer numbering from this end. From this end. Okay. So when I number from this end, after numbering, what you write is your primary suffix. Your primary suffix. What is your primary suffix? Since there is one carbon-carbon double bond, you will write for carbon-carbon double bond, the primary suffix that you use is "-ine". What is the primary suffix that you use? It is "-ine". When it is triple bond, the primary suffix is "-ine", Y-N-E. Okay. Now a small change in the previous example and in this example. When we had written the primary suffix for alkane as "-ane", we did not put any number, we did not put any location because the single bond was present throughout the molecule then. Now the double bond is present only at one location. So this is the word, this is the phrase which indicates the double bond and you have to put the location of the double. Now the location of the double bond would be the number given to the carbon atom at which the double bond starts. So at which carbon atom is the double bond starting? It is starting at number 1 carbon atom. So I put 1-ene. What I put? 1-ene. Remember, when it is "-ane", no locant is required. When it is "-ene" and "-ine", you will need a locant. Is it clear? Yes. So this is primary suffix. The next part is prefix. Now prefix is the name given to the branch. Here the branch is a 1 carbon atom alkyl branch. So 1 carbon atom means meth and I, methyl group. Okay, it is called as a methyl group. Okay, alkyl group it is. It is 1 hydrogen atom less than the alkane, methane. Okay, so this is methyl group which is present at which carbon atom? It is bonded to the 3rd carbon atom. So we have written the prefix, root word, primary suffix. So certainly we can write the IUPAC name. What is the IUPAC name? You have to write the prefix first, starting with a capital letter. 3-methyl, then write it as one single word. Pent, P small. Okay. Pent. And what is the suffix? Pent. 1-ene. What is the suffix? Pent. 1-ene. Wherever there is an alphabet and a number, you have to separate it with a hyphen. Okay. Alphabet and the number is always to be separated with a hyphen and only the first letter is capital and the rest of the name should be written as one single word with no other space in between. Methyl और pent के बीच में space नहीं है. Is it okay? Is this thing clear? So this is the second example of IUPAC nomenclature where we had studied how to name an alkene. Okay. So many more examples coming up for IUPAC. Okay. This is all for this session. Till then, keep studying.